What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's your favorite high-functioning shooter, Bodhi Drift here. Yeah, been away for about a week. Had to take time off, though. And not only that, the Burger King was closed the entire week. But we're back now. And since I've been gone, though, it's just like, I guess there has been like crazy stuff going on in the chat and Bubba Army chat. And I guess Bubba just came out with a video that I gotta react to. It's about Queen Azula. For those you don't know, it's just like another freaking alpha lame. But enough to it though. Like, we probably just go ahead and get started here soon. Let's get this show on the road. And if there is any Bubba Army in the chat though, just feel free to give me a follow or subscribe on YouTube. And not only that though, let's try and help the Lord Bubba himself though get those 50 subscribers on YouTube. So let's get to it.
What he did to that poor girl, ruining her life at 15 years old. There was no way this is the only incident he had in his life.
Fuck out of my face. I spent 6 weeks reading through the whole case. Me, my lawyers, my advisors, we all read it. And there was...
Wait, hold on. Queen Azula, you can read? This dude can really read? I doubt it. I doubt he read the whole thing.
There's so much shit in there to prove that I was innocent, but he decided to take the bullshit and say that I was guilty of something that I didn't do. If he doesn't want to do a debate because he knows that he's going to lose, get in the fucking cage with me. You want to be the...
Like, why resort to fighting though? It's like, just settle it with words. And if one of those things that you can't resolve anything though, then violence should be as like the last resort type of thing. But don't really condone that kind of stuff though. But I don't know. Why is it that they always have to resort to violence? But we all know that he won't. Like, when push comes to shove, when he actually is called out for that, he's gonna be either A, draw a gun, B, hire his boys to freaking jump him, or C, run like a little bitch. But yeah, whatever, dude.
Hero saying that this guy's an asshole, I'll fucking break his face.
Well, sure you will, dude. Sure you will. Just like how you beat off 30 guys in one night.
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel, and this video is going to be a late night special. I've been sipping on some relaxing tea, listening to the Emperor's theme in order to get into the mood to roast this. is lame. Now, I know some people say we're a bit corny for calling ourselves a Bubba Army, right? But fuck the lames, right? Life is just too serious to not have some fun. And we're all here just clowning all these lame.
Better than the piss troopers. Oh yeah, Bubba Army in the chat. Looks like it's slowed down in the Discord from the looks of it. But oh crap, I just lost my train of thought. I mean, I still am like part of the troll horde of Infinite Elgin Intensity though, but Homeboy hasn't uploaded in like months, dude. Elgin, where are you, man? When we really need you. I mean, we're holding it down though, but dude, we need the Trap Lord to come in and like, shitting on these dudes.
Lames, right? These alpha lames, the Alpha Male Universe, the AMU. It's the trademark of this channel, right? A trademark of this community. And Princess Azule is a superstar in it. Now, when I say superstar, that's not a good thing at all, okay? I just need to preface that, right? Well, he made a second response video, right? Have you ever heard of somebody making a second response video when they were involved?
Only those that want to double, triple, sometimes quadruple down. But it's one of those things, like, it just only makes them look worse. And I guess someone said it best. I think it was like Mudpit or WestJet that said it best, though. It's probably best that you just stay quiet on the subject, though, and just hopefully let it die down. But the problem with that is that the internet never forgets nor forgives. So make sure that you don't really do anything that's very incriminating, like this asshat here.
Involved in a controversy and they took down the first one. I've never heard of that shit. I already know this video is going to be bad. I actually didn't even watch it, but I left a comment saying Bubba Army owns you to Princess Azule, and it has more likes than his actual video. Already taking the L. I see Princess Azule already taking the L. Hey, hopefully
takes L's like he takes the freaking kick. Curious if he's into pegging like Peg Watson.
Your wife can scratch your chin. Wait, you don't have.
Oh, come on. That has to be Photoshop. No. Well, yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Crimson Chin, anyone? Oh, yeah, there's no klepto. That is definitely the Crimson Chin right there.
Have a chin. Well, you know what? All I'm going to ask is to like and subscribe. The more you do so, the more this video is going to spread. This is going to be the most important video I've ever made on this channel. And we have a whole lot to talk about. It's going to be crazy. So let's get in a flow state together and let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, just make sure that you guys subscribe to Bubba, man. He really could use those 50. We need to get him to 40,000. I almost said 4,000. Oh, man, I'm sorry to lowball that. But let's get him to 40,000, guys.
I spent the last 6 weeks of my life digging into a case that happened to me almost 20 years ago. You see, there is an asshole guy out there who decided he was going to destroy my name. But I gotta tell you, I'm absolutely blessed that he did what he did. I would have never found out the things that I just found out. You see, the first video...
Well, what did you find out? I mean, there's like really nothing to hide, though. It's all out in the open.
That I made for you was just me going off of what I remember. The information that John Bravo got was from the case that was a civil case, a case that I never even knew existed. But today, I know everything about.
How do you not know that a case like that exists involving you? Unless like you're like trying to, like, one of those people that try to forget or like, tell yourself a lie until like it comes or you think it's true type of thing. I don't know, but you would think that there's just like a case like that, no matter what, though, you would remember that. I mean, surely, like, people that that get in trouble like once in a while, they do remember that kind of stuff because you either learn from those mistakes and you never do it again, or you double down on it so that you don't get caught. In your case, your ass got caught.
about that case. I went to the courts, I grabbed my lawyers, I grabbed my advisors to go through everything that happened to me almost 20 years ago. The thing that they said that I didn't do. If the police were involved, and the judges and the DAs and the investigators, they found me innocent, who are you to sit there and tell me that I'm guilty? I was never convicted of. I was convicted of all with a minor. I was 18, she was.
What? That's still bad. Like, no matter how you spin it, though, oral sex with a. What? Might as well just be. I try not to laugh at this, though, but it's just like, it's to a point where it's just like, I'm in a point in my life, though, when you just thought you heard, like, the dumbest thing, though, is just like, you'd be amazed on. There are a lot more things dumber than that. Holy crap. Oh, hey, Charlie. What's going on? Oh, we're just reacting to a video about this Queen Azulea. So, to give you the skinny on this, though, this dude is essentially like an alpha male that tries to sell programs and stuff to losers like myself, or tries to sell it to losers like myself. Like, you know, getting swollen shit. Oh yeah, we have a girl at work dating a yeah. Is it one of I don't remember, like, is there like a like some states where like you have to have the parents' consent to actually date, like if an adult is like dating a minor? Is Indiana one of those states? Or I know like Virginia was one of them, because I had a like my first enlistment, we had a kid that was like 19 years old, which he was considered a legal adult, and he was dating a 15-year-old at the time. And I just remember, like, you know, seeing in a phone conversation that the dad was on the phone with him, like, you know, just like, you know, feeling him out and all that stuff, right? And then it's just like any father would like say it over the phone, is like, he's not afraid to go back to jail. And I'm like, oh my god, what did you get yourself into? Romeo and Juliet, as long as establishment of a relationship prior to them being they've been dating since grade school. Uh, that's what it's called? Romeo and Juliet? Well, honestly though, I don't know how you're gonna rate, or Charlie, I'm gonna be like 100 with you on this, so I don't know how you're gonna react to this video. Romeo and Juliet law, that's what it's called. But yeah, I don't know how you're gonna react to this video though, because this is like stuff that happened like years ago, and this dude pretty much was, well, accused it, like he went to court for sex with a minor type thing. So, well, actually, it was a full on, or it was a rape of a minor. So, yeah, let's actually just continue on with this video, shall we?
Under 18, and I agreed to take a plea deal that I got a blow from her. They were trying to teach me a lesson, because a year before that, when I was underage, I had a fight with my ex-girlfriend. She cheated on me. I got held.
Wait, is there a difference between a plea deal and actually guilty? Or conviction? So, a plea So, what would that say for someone that took a plea deal? Like they did it though, but they don't want to go to trial? So, a plea deal, aka plea bargain, is an agreement between you and the prosecution. You usually plead guilty or no contest to lesser charges or take a lighter sentence so you avoid rolling the dice at trial. So, that it's just a matter of like it's a plea deal. You're still guilty, no matter how you spin it, right? Yeah, that's my point exactly. Or freaking Ding Dong here took a plea deal just to get a lighter sentence. But it kind of makes you look really bad though, like after the crime was committed though, that you fled to Israel for a few months until the heat died down and only to come back to actually face or to go to court and then actually taking a plea deal for a lighter sentence. It's still bad optics, guy.
Hell of upset, and I smacked her in the back of the head.
So we're like 1 minute in, and my jaw has already bounced off my bolas and is at the ground. Like, this is probably one of the worst intros you could have ever had. Somehow, he made himself look even worse. So he is saying
1000%.
that this is all contrived, it's all fake, and the DA or the city or whatever wanted to teach old Princess Azuli a lesson because he beat his last ex-girlfriend.
Oh my god, yeah, he did say that. That's really bad. So he was convicted, maybe agreed to not be placed on a list or something. I mean, maybe so. If anything, though, it's one of those things they probably could have put, or if he is like on a registry list though, of like list of sex offenders and stuff, he would definitely be on there. But I don't know. But you know, admitting to like oral sex with a minor, and then admitting that you beat your ex, that's still pretty bad optics, dude. I mean, not to like get like like stereotyping and shit though, but way to freaking stereotype Israelis and stuff, like targeting women and children and stuff. My God. Oh, I'm just reading that. Not to be devil's advocate, but his cultural background, Israeli, apparently. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, way to live up to the stereotype of a Israeli American. When shit hits the fan, though, you flee to Israel until the heat dies down.
Are you kidding me, bro? That this is your attempt to make yourself look better and then just straight up admits to the crime. Wow. Holy shit, bro. Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Holy moly, bro. And you know what gets even dumber? Is he threw mud over at American Thor. He actually deleted.
Yeah, this is another thing that I saw in the freaking chat, though, that he just went after a Green Beret, try to call him out, though. Like, he was like a failed, like, or SOF guy. But this dude is like the real deal, though. And meanwhile, this Queen Azulea is claiming to be a clear unit. So what he means by clear unit is like essentially like he was assigned to a team that it isn't supposed to talk about the things that they do. People that are like are usually accused of stolen valor would use that kind of excuse. And yeah, this dude's story is like all over the place. Like he beat off 30 men at one night, drinking, Coke and Coom. And well, actually, he did do that. And what else? What other dumb stuff that he did? Well, obviously, what we're talking about right now. But reading this, though, another loser broke white boy that didn't even make it in the military. Bro, he was a Green Beret. That is like, yeah, tip of the spear right there, bud. So he became a YouTuber trashing other people, and you're a joke for falling for that. You think guys you want to bash us Israeli warriors thinking you can do what we do? Oh, like bombing children and shooting innocent bystanders and journalists and or paramedics that are trying to help the people in Gaza and Palestine? That kind of bravery? And ransacking and destroying, Christian churches and on Christian land? That kind of bravery? Sorry, man, I don't mean to get political like that. Holy shit. Let's go.
This comment, but we were able to snatch it before he did so. Somebody brought up how a real special forces dude, which is American Thor, roasted him, and Princess Azuli said another loser, broke white boy that didn't even make it in the military. What the fuck, bro? An actual real Green Beret who has served with honor in the United States, and you're dragging his ass at what is going
Fighting soldiers from the skies, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say. What great men of the Green Berets.
on, bro? What is going on? And you know what? This guy wants to call us anti-Semitic, racist, or whatever, but this guy's bringing up American Thor's race. What does him having to be white have to do with any?
I mean, it's guys like freaking Queen Azalea is like trying to make out that Kanye is actually sane. Even though it's just like the things they're saying is like, oh my god, like I do not want to be associated with that kind of shit, you know?
Any of it. This shit is just fucking weird, bro. This guy is deranged.
Hiker level deranged. Honestly, the or freaking Hamas Piker would actually would not like this dude because he's just Israeli alone. He wouldn't. I mean, they're kind of like two in the same pods though. But the fact of the matter is that this dude's Israeli though. Hamas would immediately hate this dude.
I know American Thor is gonna get a laugh out of it or something, man, because that is just crazy, bro. And it's just the first minute. Let's continue on.
Smacked her in the back of the head. At that time, my mom had cancer. She was the only thing I had, and she cheated on me with a guy who got her and I.
Wait, what? Hold on, let me back that up. I think I may have misheard that.
Oh, and it's just the first minute. Let's continue on.
Smacked her in the back of the head. At that time, my mom had cancer. She was the only thing I had, and she cheated on me with a guy who got.
Is he trying to imply that he was like dating his mom or something? His mom cheated on him? What? I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah, hold on. Well, actually, you want to jump on a call, Charlie? Here, if you're on, let me actually get you on really quick. Sorry, chat. Let me just get Charlie on here. I actually do want to hear what her take on it is. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find you. Yeah, I'm handling you on Discord right now if you want to jump.
Oh,
Charlie,
am I here?
You are here.
Oh, Charlie, am I here?
You are here.
Oh, Charlie, am I here?
You're. Uh-oh.
We're here. Oh, Charlie, am I here? What is happening? Why is it repeating?
Uh-oh. Might want to turn it down a bit.
Okay, are we good now?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
What is happening? Why is it repeating?
Might want to turn it down a bit.
Oh, like I'm. Okay, are you good now?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
What is happening? Why is it repeating?
Might want to turn it down a bit.
Oh, like I'm. Okay.
Repeating. Might want to turn it down a bit.
Oh, like I'm. Okay.
What is happening?
Hold on one sec. Just give me a minute. Hold on one sec. Just. Can you hear me
Hold on
still?
one sec. Just.
Okay.
Can you hear me still?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there might be like a weird delay going on or something like that.
Yes, I can still hear you.
But then I get like a feedback like every like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, still hear you. But then I get like a feedback like every like 5 seconds.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me invite you to the server. See if that might
So I get like a
work.
feedback like every like 5 seconds.
All right, hold on. Let me invite you to the.
I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Broward County Tic Tac.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh man, now she can't hear me. What the hell?
Can you hear me now?
No, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, there is a
Hello?
huge delay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Now she can't hear me. What the hell?
Can you hear me now?
No, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, there is a huge delay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Now she can't hear me. What the hell?
I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Broward County Tic Tac.
Sorry, chat. I'm just
Hello.
hello. What the?
Okay, that took like 5 seconds.
Oh, it did? It looks like I'm.
Oh yeah, it's like super delayed.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
But it's not
All right.
repeating again.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we're getting closer.
I guess this is as good as it's gonna get. Hello?
That's fine. I'll just speak and just wait until I hear myself again.
Okay. So if anything though, it's just like, you want to introduce yourself to the chat? It's like I don't know what's going on.
Hello everybody. My name's Charlie. I served with Jax in the Navy. And we became best friends while I was on limited duty. And we've been friends ever since.
Yep. So far, what's your take on this right now? What do you think?
It sounds like he's trying to bring light to the situation, but not take responsibility. Like, yeah, I beat my girlfriend up, but she cheated on me and my mom had cancer. Boo hoo hoo hoo.
I mean, yeah, that's like one of the main arguments that a lot of the other people that called him out on it. But like the main thing was just that, the fact that he sexually assaulted a minor, like, back when he was like, well, I don't think he was in high school. Like, I guess he was like 19 or 20 at the time. And the girl that was assaulted was around 16.
And he's making it sound like his girlfriend cheating was the reason he decided to sexually assault someone.
Yeah. I think that's what I was getting off of that too.
Hey, Mima. Your sister, Virginia. Yes. Sorry, I was getting a phone call.
No, you're good. But yeah, if anything, I will go ahead and let it play a little bit. We're only like 5 minutes into this though, and there's like quite a lot of stuff to unpack here.
Her and I to break up because he told her parents that I was a bad guy. They found my pictures on MySpace with guns, a bunch of pictures with friends of mine who were gang members, Bloods, MS-13, 18th Street, BOP. I was hanging out.
I read in the chat somewhere where MS-13 and 18th Street, which I can't remember which barrio is that though, but they don't really get along that well. And if
there's no way he's cross-platforming gangs.
I mean,
there's no way he's hanging out with all of those people.
I know, unless I'm completely wrong and anti-Semitic or something like that though. But I never heard of a Jewish gangbanger. Have you? Oh my god.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm just saying MS-13's based out of Mexico, aren't they?
No.
And so, how are you hanging out with people that weren't even here yet?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like MS-13 actually wasn't like an actual threat to the late 2000s, early 2010s. Because I know in the 90s though, it was just mostly Crips and Bloods and Latin Kings. Unless I'm wrong though, but that's something to actually look into. But I honestly think that is actually
yeah. So unless there was some startup groups to see how well it went.
Wait, there's a startup for freaking games? Okay. Let's play.
out with gangs all the time.
I'm sorry,
So
it's
at the
seeming like
time
I'm
when she told me in the car that she cheated on me, I
I'm
yelled
sorry
at
if
her.
it seems
She
like I'm
pushed me,
interrupting
said,
you,
"Don't
but
yell
when
at
I
me,"
talk,
smacked her in the back
then
of the
there's
head.
the
Shit
delay, and
happens,
so
you're
it
young.
interrupts you talking, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We're just trying to make things work here.
Okay.
Boy, I was 17 years old. So the judge wanted to teach me a lesson. So that way I don't have involvements like that any longer. And I didn't. I also put together screenshots from the case proving the true facts. I also
Whoa,
put in
I
the
was talking to
description
my friend.
that gives you every single piece of the article that I put together with my lawyers so you can read the facts of what happened that night. Now let's go through the case. Let me share with you what exactly
Backstory, you mean backshots?
I remember that happened that night. And then what actually I found out that happened. Because I had to think about it over and over and over again. Again, remember, it was almost 20 years ago. And you also have to understand, I was 18 years old. Yeah, I was fighting.
What?
Yes, I owned guns. Yeah, I was homeless right before that. But
The shit's not adding up, though. Like, how are you homeless? I guess, like, it was, like, I mean, a lot of teenagers have been there, though, where, like, they've been kicked out of the house because they had, like, a dispute with their parents and stuff, and then, like, I guess they were homeless, but it's only for, like, a day or two, but they're really just, like, couch surfing
I'm
on a friend's
homeless.
house.
My mom has cancer. My girlfriend's a hoe.
And my dad beats me. Dude, why don't you join a fucking emo band or some shit? Jesus Christ.
I was still an 18-year-old boy. I remember that I was thinking that I'm only going to a party to meet a
Oh my god, what the?
This is some blue hair energy. Okay.
Are you saying he's a femcel? Oh my god, this photo is so cursed. Why does he look like he's about ready to like to read like
Fucking fact, bro.
Why does he look like he's about to like, you know, put a dress and wig on and just and like going in front of kids to read them a bedtime story or some shit? Is that eyeliner? Oh my god. Okay. We gotta keep
couple
going.
of girls, meet some friends. My brother
Is he
talked
the
to this
small
girl,
one or
they
the
were
big
talking
one? And then if he is the small one, that man did things to him.
He's the big boy.
That man did things to him. You can tell. He's the bitch.
Yeah, he's the big boy.
to each other. She was with a friend. I liked the friend liked me. I asked my parents.
That's a little bit of play on words. The friend liked me, I liked him. Was there some sort of pegging involved?
It's not pegging if it's boy on boy. We've been through this.
So what? It has to be like phallic shaped, but not the real thing in order to constitute as pegging.
The whole entire point of pegging is that the girl takes on the male role.
I mean, in this
we want to Urban Dictionary this to verify.
I mean,
Feel
in
free.
this case, like if they identify as a woman, Does it count as pegging? I think I stumped her.
That's a good point. If they identify as a female. Urban Dictionary. Look up Urban Dictionary, sir.
Oh my god. Alright. Sorry, chat. We're like debating this right now. Well, disclaimer, this channel is specifically for adults only. If you are under the age, I do not consent you being here. Please log off.
That's what we're here for. We have to make our own commentary. Make it original.
Alright, pegging. Pegging, anal sex reversed. Instead of the man sticking his penis up the woman's butt, the woman wears a strap on and sticks it up the man's butt. But my point being is, like, if the man identifies as a woman, though, that would be constituted as pegging, though, right? But he, instead of like using his own schlong, he would use a strap on, right? Because it's likely he probably because it was they circumcised it too much.
It strictly stated that it had to be a not real shillelagh. But if they're transitioning, their member isn't going to work, so they're going to have to use a strap on.
I mean, with the amount of testosterones and like whatever TRT bullshit that they're on, it's likely not working properly.
Yeah, I had a family member that was transitioning and they had to use plastic or silicone or whatever because their actual stuff wasn't working. So
They had to use plastic? Gross. I mean, the whole thing about, like, you know, there's like microplastics, like, you know, that's selling in guys, like, you know, testicles and stuff. But I'm pretty sure guys that are transitioning doesn't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore.
if they get rid of it, because there's like an example of the person I just mentioned, they went to go get their bottom surgery and they had a panic attack and haven't gone through with it yet. So still has it, but it doesn't work.
Okay, well, moving on.
Parents to throw a kickback on my house, so my parents let me use the house. I still always had a room there. I still, until today, have a room at my mom's house. Israeli parents, no matter what, they'll throw you out,
Back on track.
they'll bring you back in.
Continue.
I didn't understand it back then,
Yeah.
but today I do. So I get my parents.
Did this guy just say he was hanging with MS-13? Get the fuck out of here, bro. That is a new lore edition or whatever. Like MS-13? Do you even know who that is, Princess Azule? Like, oh my.
Mara Salvatrucha. I can't remember what the 13 means, though, but yeah.
I love how that immediately was what we both like pick that. Like MS-13? Nah.
I mean, honestly, though, like, this is the first time hearing that, like, you know, Israeli is, like, affiliated with gangs and stuff. Which I cannot press X as fast enough as I can to doubt this shit.
My gosh, bro. This shit gets dumber and dumber by the day. So let's also talk about this, right? Because I could talk about so many details of what he said, right? But you have ears. I don't want to rehash everything.
homeless,
That's
but I
some
still have a room
lame
at
ass
my parents'.
commentary. I'm not into that, right? I just pick parts and pieces and we go over that, right? This is what I gotta say. He was never actually really kicked out then, right? Like this guy always tries to make it sound like he was living in La Calle or something, like he was made by the streets, he was fighting underground, like this is Gotham City Arkham Knight, some fucking bullshit like that, fighting for his next meal or something. It kind of just sounds like his parents would throw him out of the house for a day or two and he would sleep on his friend's couch, and then he somehow tried to turn that into, oh yeah man, I was raised by MS-13, man, I was raised.
I can't. Oh my god, that's just way too funny. Like, they're trying to sound like freaking Bane over here, like he was raised in the dark and all that stuff, though. But this dude sounds like a dame. Like, oh, I was homeless. Oh, I had I'm a mama's boy and I have daddy issues.
Yeah, no, what I'm picking up is he would come home high from going to a party or something. His mom would be pissed off and he'd have to go and, come off of it somewhere else, is what I'm getting.
That's
So
actually
he
a
was
good
just
point.
a shit kid.
I mean, yeah. But usually, like, aren't like emo kids
I
or
need a
like
drink.
50
Oh my
50.
god. This is ridiculous.
Where's my drink? Jesus. I need one too.
Yeah, bro. Drink a beatbox with me, homie.
I don't got anything on me, homie, other than rum. Uh, should I go ahead and keep playing?
Okay, I can switch to rum. I've got my cherry spiced rum with my ginger beer, and my brother has Diet Pepsi, but I need to go get some Coke, man. Oh, absolutely, keep playing.
Okay.
Raised by them. You know what? Ask any of them and they'll tell you that they rep me. Like, holy shit, bro. This is the dumbest shit ever. I'm suffering, guys. I'm truly suffering to get through this video because it's just lie after.
Oh my god. What? I don't remember, like, any high schooler looking that jacked. But that hair, though, that is like back in my middle school days. Jesus Christ. 92. I can't remember. What was the 92? What high
Look at my
school?
cutoff T, man. I'm just so fucking alpha, bro. Look at me. I love NSYNC.
What is 92? Was that Hollister
Oh
and
my god,
Co.
I
or
remember that
American
picture
Eagle?
that your dad showed me. Oh my god, you look like such a douche.
Stop. I don't know, like whenever I do my face reveal or something. Well, actually, me being a VTuber, I don't think I would ever do a face reveal. Like maybe like baby pictures though, but I'll redact my face. When I was just a wee little baby.
Yeah, I think 92's Abercrombie, I think.
Hold on.
Baby
This is
pictures that redact your face?
yep.
After lie. I mean, you even think MS-13 would
And the
respect a
low-ass
fool that has no
jeans?
chin? Get the fuck
Like,
out of
tell
here.
me you take it in the
Back then,
butthole.
but today I do. I get my parents to let me use their house, have a kickback, and these two girls brought a girl with them. And that girl is H. She came with us to the house. You know, we're all having some drinks and stuff. She starts going wild. She started taking off her clothes. She was in an underwear and bra. Started walking around to the guys, asking them if they will her, and all of us didn't understand what was going on with her. But she started jumping around. She went into my parents' house. We're all in the backyard. Started jumping on the beds from room to room to room. When she fell on the floor, I was like,
I'll take things that never happened for 400 there, Alex.
what the hell is happening with her? I need to get this girl out of my house. So the girl that was with me that night, she literally helped me take her out of my house. So the fact that John Bravo brought the allegations that me and my brother did things to her in the room,
girl got
and all
drunk
of
and was
that,
having a good time, and you took advantage. Because they say some
that
stupid shit when
actually,
they're drunk. I'm just gonna say that. I know from personal experience.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there, right?
wasn't her testimonial. That was her parents. But I'm going to share with you that a little bit
Oh
later.
boy.
So she
Why does he move his hands
The
around a lot?
things
Is he
that
like
I
trying
have
to
said
do Jedi
in the
mind tricks on me?
confidence of my drunkenness. The things I've done.
You don't have to. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Charlie.
You know, I feel like he's moving his hands around a lot because he's like uncomfortable and he's sitting there like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? Are these people even gonna believe me? Like he's nervous doing this whole entire thing.
I mean, it's like reading people want, or it's like trying to read people though, but it's just mostly like, you know, hand gestures and stuff though. Like if he's waving around, like trying to like, you know, hypnotize you or like trying to do Jedi mind tricks and stuff though, it's blatantly like he's like trying to like, you know, manipulate you or like, you know, saying like, you know, whatever he say is valid and true, but I smell bullshit.
And he's looking right at the camera. He's not looking up or to the right. So he probably pre-wrote this and is reading it off like a teleprompter or something. Like he's not even like trying to sit there and think about anything, which means he pre-planned this conversation.
No, 1000%. Like this was already like, this is scripted and all that stuff. Which is like, you know, us, we're just like trying to do this unscripted and try to react to this unscripted. All right, continue.
Improv. Continue.
She started jumping everywhere and we
I
got
need
her
to
out
laugh
of the
today.
house. And eventually she asked Mayor, which you guys already know his name, she asked him to sleep with her. But Mayor couldn't get it up. It was in front of everybody. And because he couldn't get it up, they stopped. Things calmed down. Everybody was cool. Everybody was okay. My parents came back home. H was already
Probably the reason why you couldn't get up was because of all the freaking hormone or HGH and freaking testosterone you guys were taking. Jeez, at that age, you don't really need it. You really don't.
dressed. Mayor, who my parents didn't like for another reason, another thing that happened between me and him, he said, I'm going to go home. So H said to him, will you drop me off in West Hills? And he said, sure, come, I'll take you. My parents came outside, and as she was getting up to leave, my mom said hi to everybody, and H said to my mom, thank you for having me. She smiled and she left with Mayor. Why did she get in the car with him and drove with him from Sherman Oaks all the way to West Hills? Come to find out, she wanted to get dropped off at the house of the boy who she actually went to the party for and the first party that we went to. And that's where Mayor dropped her off. John Bravo put in one of his videos that she escaped, but she didn't escape.
What she did was get a ride to go to another boy's house, a boy that she wanted to sleep with. And I'm going to share with you right now that I honestly did not want to share because there's so many details here. I actually also feel bad for her.
Alligator tears. This guy says that he is the one who feels bad for her. Like, oh my gosh, guys. This video is so hard to get through. It really is. I work all day, train, hang out with Mrs. Bubba, and then I come home to this bullshit response video, right? Now, in the Bubba Discord, it's a great community Discord that we have, right? Check it out in the description. I made a prediction post or whatever in my pinned section.
Because from the way it sounds, is she left before he even did anything. Unless he's claiming that because he was watching her try to get with his buddy, it counted.
He's claimed, like, if anything, we can probably go into the video where they were like talking about the court documents and like what were the facts and the finding stuff, but it looks like he's actually like dance around it though, and like, trying to pin blame on somebody else and all that stuff though. It sounds like he's deflecting.
Yeah, like he completely cut out any of his involvement in this. Also, like if your parents don't like you partying, why would you have a bunch of people out causing problems in your house? And also, Sherman Oaks, don't quote me, but isn't that like a nice neighborhood? How is he a gangbanger from a bougie neighborhood?
Yeah, Sherman. Yeah, I don't know of any Crips, Bloods, or Latin Kings that are living in Sherman Oaks or North Hills and stuff. Especially like in the 90s. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Alrighty.
Talking about like maybe what we'll see in this upcoming video, right? And one of the predictions I had was that he's going to try to make H, the victim, look as crazy as possible. He's going to try to make her
that knew his
look
parents
like
could pay his way out of trouble, and then they refused to because they're like, you gotta learn your lesson.
Well, obviously he didn't really learn his lesson all that good. But yeah, it's just like, especially like the fact that he said he went to Israel and all that stuff because of all this stuff that unfolded though. Like if this dude was like really innocent, he wouldn't have fled to Israel.
Spoiled kids never do. It's always everybody else's fault.
Yep, that is true. Nepo babies at its finest. As like, especially like, Nepo babies always want to play the victims, even though they've been fed with this or a golden spoon their whole lives.
And also, like, if you grew up in Sherman Oaks and all that stuff, and then you went to Israel, like, you're not under the mandatory military service. So how was he in Israeli service?
He wasn't. That's the problem. And because this dude claimed that he was like spec ops, even though it's just like any guy that hears this story though can call
unless he had
bullshit.
dual citizenship.
I mean, if you're a dual citizenship though, every Israeli, no matter like at the adult age, is required to be conscripted into the IDF.
And if he had dual citizenship, they wouldn't give him something with that kind of clearance.
No. So if anything though, is like I don't if that were the case though, then yeah, to maintain his Israeli citizenship though, he has to have mandatory services. And I think if memory serves me right, it's 3 years of active services in order to maintain your citizenship or to apply for citizenship, or one of those things, like to retain your citizenship as an Israeli. And then him being a dual citizen, though, is just like, an American citizen, though.
It's 2 years.
It is?
And then yeah, so it's 2 years military service, but he probably did some like paper pushing logistics job, cush as fuck, didn't do shit, worked out all the time.
I mean, that's essentially what H3 or Ethan Klein's wife did when because she's actual Israeli citizen and became American. And yeah, she did her mandatory services as a secretary, but the story about that's like a little bit story, but it's like a little off topic though. But like how they out her, that's really fucked up. And it's like I don't know any like like that's like me like because like the line of work that I do, and like at the time that we were serving together, our line of work.
How do you
And that's like,
expect two ADHD people to stay on topic? Like, let's be fucking for real.
hey, I have the touch of the tisms, and you're the ADHD one. I'm high functioning. Oh my god, we're only like 12 minutes in.
Similar symptoms, okay?
Fine.
Functioning my ass. Bro, you've got the tism so hard that everybody fucking knows it the second they meet you.
I mean, it's undiagnosed at this point though, but we gotta keep it on the down low until I actually retire. I mean, we'll call it ADHD for now. Meaning I'm still functioning to an extent.
The Navy gave me autism. I'm still working on so I have paperwork saying that they suspect I have ADHD, but I haven't gone to like an actual like clinic and gotten the official diagnosis. I do that next month. And once I get it, I am so claiming that shit with the VA.
And you're gonna claim that the Navy gave you ADHD.
The structured requirements of service, like rewired my brain so that I require structure. And since I'm out and I don't have structure, my brain doesn't know what the fuck to do anymore. I'm claiming that so hard.
That is a valid point. But it's one of those things like, I opened up about that though, but that's probably for another stream or something to talk about later down the road. But let's proceed, shall we? We're only like nearly 12 minutes in and we still have like we're not even halfway through this yet.
Is unwell, that you can't trust what she says, and he's just gonna try to like really, I think, attack her character. And we're already seeing that happen right here, right?
I'm sorry about the delay.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna get worse, but let's just continue on. Oh, I also forgot to mention, yeah, I guess Princess Azuli wants to sue
Ray Papito. What is that? Timu freaking Andrew Tate? It's time to sue this guy for defamation. Karma is a B. I'll give you a hint. He won't have money for gas soon. I take my time before I make moves. Checkmate, baby. Oh my god. This is cringe, dude.
Now he wants to sue John Bravo. Oh, bro, it's like, it's insane.
There's a time limit.
How does this guy ever think he's going to recover from this shit?
There's a time limit.
Did not want to share because
What about checkers? Is there a time limit in that? I think this dude's trying to play like or not, special needs checkers.
I don't know if there's an official thing for checkers. I think that's just something you do on the porch while you're sipping sweet tea with your mama. Like, okay, that's like something that you do when you're sitting on the porch, sipping your sweet tea while the pork and beans are fucking cooking in the crock pot.
All right, moving on.
There's so many details here. I actually also
God, I miss
feel
those
bad
days.
for her.
Ooh, the aftermath.
Now, we don't know
The
what
ass
happened
blast.
after she got dropped off at that boy's house. We don't
I
know
wanna
if she
wrap around
went
porch
in.
so bad.
We don't know if she slept with him. The only thing we know is that something happened with that boy, and he probably told her to leave. And when she had nowhere to go, her only option was to call her parents. And when she called her parents, to avoid having to deal with them, having to face some consequences for going out and doing something more than just drinking. So when she called her parents to avoid having to deal with them, she thought, I'm going to say I got raped, and they're just going to let it go. And they'll probably hug me and tell me that it's okay and we'll be done. But when she said that, and they went and picked her up and took her back home, they drilled her to know where she was and who she was hanging out with. So she told them that she was at Ben's house. She didn't want to give up the boy's name that she liked, that she went back to his house. But she gave my name, my house. The people that sent the police to my house was not H. It was her parents. Her parents
Okay,
are the
so
ones that
I'm gonna give him this. Girls do false accusations a lot. But the fact that she was willing to testify and go through that whole entire thing at a age like that, something had to have happened with somebody.
Right. But again, though, like earlier in the video, he said that he took a plea deal. Normally, like when you take plea deals, you're guilty as hell, though, but you're just trying to get a reduced charge or sentence type thing, no? So that would kind of imply that you're guilty. I'm looking at his chat or Bubba's chat right now, and it looks like
Or they told him, "Hey, we're gonna charge you regardless because you were at the residence where this occurred, and you witnessed it and didn't say anything." It might not be he directly got charged with it.
that he might have been an accessory to it.
Yeah. What did chat say? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, like it looks like that he's like trying to he's gonna like report or like trying to like copy claim videos like that's like calling him out on it. Normally, like if you're in it, like you would state your case though, but the fact that he's like going like scorched earth and stuff like that, that's sounds like screaming guilty.
Oh, he's copyright infringing?
Yeah, like copyright striking, like he's just essentially trying to report people for like yeah, just like trying to get the videos
Yeah,
taken
no,
down
like
on.
he's definitely he got in trouble and like
Charlie, you there?
sorry, the girls are begging to be fed. I've gotta feed them before they go on strike.
Okay, make
Yes,
sure
I am. I am here. I gotta feed the girls before they try to murder me.
Okay.
Have you seen the new baby? She's so cute.
Oh yeah, she's adorable. She's just the baby. If anything though, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue the video. Like, yeah, we still got a long way to go. And then we're probably gonna go through the comments and I looked at the comments
They're
beforehand.
Josephine. This is not your bowl.
But I'm hungry. Please, please, ma'am. I want some more.
Spoke to the police.
Oh my
We
God, I
have
love
it
comments.
on paper.
That's
where
90%
she
of the
said,
reasons I watch
don't
videos."
want them prosecuted because she did not get, but her parents
here, Clara.
forced it. So police came and arrested me and my brother. And they also went and arrested Mayor. The reason Mayor got out of it was because his lawyer was so adamant about getting H to the stand to speak about Mayor, but she didn't want to be a part of it. My stupid lawyer had me take a plea deal instead of saying, I want to get her to the stand. These boys didn't do anything, but he didn't do that. He took his money and he ran off with it. Stuck me with a fucked up deal for something I didn't do. It's funny how my own lawyer sat in front of me going, hey, you get 15 to 20 years. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't do it. He's like, yeah, but they want you. I'm like, what do you mean they want me? I didn't do it. Yeah, but they want you. Today I understand that judges and lawyers and the other lawyer, they all work together. Their job is to take as much money as they can out of you. And when they can't take any more, to just end the case. So what did he do when he knew that my family didn't have money?
I had a feeling
he
that's
forced me
kind of
into a
what he
deal.
was going to claim. It's like, hey,
A mistrial.
they want to charge me, so I might as well take this deal because get wrecked.
No, if anything though, you could push, like, either get a new, if you were to stand your ground, you didn't do it, get a new fucking lawyer, because that lawyer is fucking dog shit. But no, the fact that you took the plea deal though is just like implying that you did it. But you can go ahead, like, we don't know, let's be honest, we don't know what the truth is at the end of the day. But the fact remains that you took the plea deal, and
I bet he's going to claim he had a public defender, even though he obviously grew up in a nice neighborhood. He's going to be like, I had a public defender because my parents wouldn't pay for a lawyer because they hate me.
yeah, and living in Sherman Oaks, so you can definitely, I'm pretty sure they have like a family attorney. And that, I'm sorry though, but that family attorney freaking sucks. Oh my God. It's one of those things like,
Imagine having that kind of money. Oh, goals.
part of me wants to get freaking...
Yeah, he found out some stuff or something and was like, nope, there's no winning this. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things like, I gotta ask Shandi about this. Or my sister. I gotta ask her about this. Like, see if that's actually true. Like, like, does that
Yeah,
how
we have
plea
lawyer
deals work?
friends. We have lawyer friends.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like law tubers are already like trying to break this down and try to debunk this. So they're probably already beating us to the punch, and they already have PowerPoints. Like crap, I can't remember his name though, but he debunks everything that Hamas Piker freaking says, and I find that really fun to watch. I can't even remember his name too. Anyways, proceed.
And I called him. He's retired. Mr. Korn is out of the picture.
They want
You know
the
what's crazy?
unhinged
When I
shit.
called
Let's
his
do it.
office,
Let's
and
do
it
it.
seemed like
Unhinged
he
shit.
knew he
Let's
fucked
go.
up. He didn't want to meet me face to face. I told him you should be ashamed of yourself for what you put me through, because you knew you could have fought
Why does your face look so dead inside? Like, those eyes look dead as shit.
This, but you didn't. All you cared about was money. And because we didn't have a lot of money, you just wanted to get this fucking case over with.
All right, enough with the sappy ass music. I thought
'Cause
we
he
were
has no
done with that in the
feelings. He must
first
be a
video. Oh my
sociopath.
god, bro.
He's gotta be.
I mean, you're 1000% right on that, though. He is definitely a sociopath and has
He didn't have a lot
sociopathic
of money.
behaviors.
We lived in Sherman Oaks.
I'm a
Oh my
gangbanger,
god. Stop.
and I beat off 30 men. I can't even say that with a Cotton Hill voice. I killed 50 men. I beat off 30 men.
I can't stand that shit. He's trying to get people to like feel bad for him or whatever. This is the thing that this guy
beat off 30 men? When? What? What was
It's part of the lore though, because
So he killed 30 men or he had sex with 30 men? I'm so confused.
No, he fought 30 men like in one night. It was like some sort of story that he cherry picked in like one of the movies like Roadhouse and stuff, right? And he claimed to have beat 30 men, but the ongoing joke is that he beat off 30 men, implying that he's gay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because
Well, he
Yeah.
obviously uses moisturizer, which, like, I'm not saying every man that uses moisturizer is gay, because there's just some cultures where they're big on skincare. But I'm just
yeah, like I know like South Koreans and Japanese and like in Asian culture it's a really big thing regardless of like the sex, like taking care of the skin and whatnot though, but
but the tight shirt doesn't help his case.
but yeah, so long
Well,
story
in
short,
Asian culture, having any type of tan or skin tone, like any melanin, it's like that means you work for a living, and that means you're poor. Versus if you have fair skin, you
that is true. But yeah, long story short though is that this dude claims to be a kung fu master, that a owner of a Chinese restaurant taught him kung fu by moving like
You
the
rich.
tables and stuff, and then taught him kung fu in a single night or something like that. And then he is a mixed martial arts expert, and he beat 30 men in a single night. And then he's also in special forces because he looks Arabic and he speaks freaking Hebrew and like Arabic and all that stuff though. But I mean, there was like, dude, there's only one dude
Tell
that
me
can.
you watched Karate Kid and then made it about yourself.
Yeah, that's where we're getting. That's where we're getting the vibes. Is that he
There's
pretty much stole like a lot of his.
There was a guy I
feats.
was in nuke school with that he took Percy Jackson, made himself Percy Jackson, but made himself invincible. And this is giving very much like that guy vibes.
So he thinks he's Omni-Man?
One Punch Man vibes, just like I am so latently powerful, I can take on Zeus and kill him in one punch. That's like the story he wrote. And I stood watch with him, and so he would bring like his drafts and like read them to me or make me read them like, and initially it started out really interesting because I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." And then I realized it was literally the plot of Percy Jackson just with him as the main character, and he had mad himbo vibes. Like he was getting Aphrodite and like nymph coochie left and right.
Oh my god, that's cringe. Uh, okay, we are barely halfway through. Let's try to finish this out as soon as possible.
So dumb, man. There was already a first response video, and he wants to say he
Yeah,
took it
like
down because,
everyone
oh man,
says
that first
nukes
video.
are weird, but there's just some that are a special type of odd. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just finish it.
It was all off the top of my head. Nobody forced you to release that video. Like, what in the world, bro? This guy is so dumb, man. Like, we can all just go off of what you said in the first video and then compare it to this second video. And in your first video, you talked about how the judge liked you and the judge really wanted to do right by you. And you know what? He was looking out for you, man. So he was offering you a way out to save your family. Oh, wait, I remember that. You said that you took a plea bargain deal because you wanted to save your family's wealth. But oh no, in this second video, your family's poor, even though they live in Sherman Oaks, which is a wealthy place in Los Angeles. Oh no, now everybody's just broke, okay? Oh, and now the city and the judge and everybody
He can't even get his facts straight. He's worse than Hamas Piker because he tends to backtrack and like redact a lot of the crazy shit that he said throughout the
fucking knew it.
years. Holy shit! Like this is the Israeli Hassan Piker. 1000%. All he needs to do is stream on freaking Kick. Because we know
Hassan Piker's defense. Not that I'm like saying he's right or anything. He goes off of like the most recent live news and makes opinions based off of that, and then has to change things as more stuff comes out.
No, he does not. That's not true. He does not change, like, you know, his opinions or anything. In fact, he doubles down on it. Like he's the type of guys. He's kind of like the extremist type people that refuses to admit that they are wrong. They'll triple, quadruple, septuple down.
Like even if there's stuff that comes out and contradicts what he said.
1000%. Like even though like it's like Yuri Bezmenov says, you can present like a full, like all the facts, all the evidence, and they would still refuse to believe what the truth is, and they will double, triple down on what their beliefs are, just so that they win. And it is no different from Hassan. And this is no different than what we're looking at right now. Only it's on the opposite side of like the whole.
Not to call out, that really sounds like your sister.
I mean, I'm not trying to like you know shit.
It's like, oh, you don't agree with me. I'm just gonna stop talking to you.
Well, no, it's just like it's one of those things. Like if you can find like, it's one of those things. Like if you can find common ground on something, then it's just like we can actually meet in the middle and have a conversation. Which I'm like trying to broker that. But I mean, it's just like one of the facts that, like, you know, she appreciates the fact that I acknowledge that there is a genocide going on, which I do in fact believe that it is genocide. But on the other side, though, it's just like I don't like terrorism either. And there are people, and it's just like, wow, I don't have to support either side. Because both sides are in the wrong. And meanwhile, you have people in the middle that are getting caught in the crossfire and dying. But more in the lines of, like, you know, Palestinians, because they don't have the option to flee.
So you and I come from the military, and we understand that war is a complex machine and that things are going to happen. She's, you know, in her little, like, American bubble.
Go on. Are you there? Hello? Oh,
This delay is really messing with like my way of like making points because I have to wait like 10 seconds before I can even hear myself start talking. And then I am here. Uh but yeah, it's war is a complex machine and she's in her American bubble. She thinks that things should be fair and how do I word this? Things should be fair and democratic and everyone should have the same ideals as them. They don't have a wider worldview. They put their lens on everybody else's conflicts.
right.
And I'm done.
But, right. But here's the reality when it comes to war. Like, there is, like, when it comes down to it, there really is no politics. There really is no right and wrong. It's just a matter of survival. At least that is from our perspective when we were involved in the campaigns with, like, Iraq and Afghanistan and, like, the whole war on terror. But where it's different though, where it's just like you're looking at the news though, and it's blatantly obvious though that they're purposely targeting like things that if we were to do that kind of shit,
It
we
was
would be
absolutely awful. Like when we were out there, it was bad.
like how much freaking shit that the U.S. military would get if they purposely airstrike the hospital, and journalists caught that. That would look very bad on us. I mean, we like in the past though we have conducted raids at hospitals though, but we don't outright drop bombs on it though, because the reason why we conducted a raid at a hospital because there
They
was factual
they
evidence though
would
that
freaking be protesting in the streets that we don't care about innocent people and like I had a cousin, so he was a ground force, he was in the army, and he didn't tell us for years, but he had a car charging the gate, and he shot at it to get it to stop. He stopped the driver, and then when the car stopped, there was a woman in the back giving labor. Like he was just trying to get on base to give for his baby to be born, and he was freaking out, and I guess he wasn't thinking straight. And he didn't tell us that for years because he was afraid we were gonna like say something.
I mean, yeah, that is well, yeah, that's like a hard call, and it's just one of those things. Like, it's not his fault, but like I'm saying, it's completely different when you actually do have markings that you can actually identify that if it's an emergency vehicle and stuff, and they're actively treating people. You don't just go outright shooting people that are treating like innocent bystanders that are caught in the crossfire, or destroying supplies that are going into or in the Gaza because you believe that that food's going directly to Hamas. But no, that's like trying to feed the people that are like starving there. It's like, well, what's the solution though? It's like, well, they should leave. It's like, then let them leave. It's like, no, because they all support Hamas and they all need to die. It's like, no, they like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it sucks to get being put in the middle because you do that and you're gonna actually eventually
Where are they
creating
gonna
a new
go? No one wants them. Like no
Yeah.
one's gonna take them in, knowing that they're from something like that.
Yeah, and my point being is that, or what do you expect
The
these
surrounding
kids?
countries that are Muslim don't want them.
Yeah, and then it's just like you pretty much like eventually or are forcing kids to grow up in an environment where they're gonna resent not only like Israelis that kind of put them in that predicament, and then now they're gonna resent Americans because like, well, where's the help that we've been asking for decades and stuff. So it's in a way it's a fuck situation all around. Anyways, let's proceed.
hates you or whatever. Like, this guy's
Yeah,
so
a lot of these
dumb.
things,
He
like,
really
they're
thinks
like, oh, where do these terrorists keep coming from? Well, they're from war-torn countries. Like, these kids are gonna grow up radicalized. They have nothing, and the terrorist promises. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we're just like trying to get back into the video. We just kind of like, digressed a
This
lot.
delay is killing me.
I know. I'm trying.
you're a fool. It is embarrassing, actually. It is so embarrassing. And now I'm starting to get mad tight now. I was drinking that relaxing tea and it's gone. It's worn off and I feel like I'm already crashing out right now.
Of money. They just wanted to get this fucking case over with. And now the things I'm going to share with you is not things that I knew back then. It's things that I found out today. All of them saw the truth and could have let me and my brother go, but they held us for months, coming back and forth to the courts, fucking us for more money, more time, more trauma. All of that because a girl didn't want to get into...
Who is fucking you over for more money? Is it the parents? Is it the courts? Like, who is they?
Trouble with her parents. So let me give you facts about what we found. H was addicted to alcohol,
Dragging you
marijuana.
into, like, if you take a plea deal, you don't go to court. Wait, what? Apparently the court system.
That's again though. It's just like you already dropped the ball there at the beginning, dipshit. Like, you took a plea deal, and it's like it doesn't need to go to court at that point. Though they're just sending you like you start doing your time or like whatever punishment you're gonna face immediately. And I guess like right now it's just like it's getting to the point where like he's like trying to. Yeah,
Unless there's, of course, I've never been part of the judicial process because I'm a good child. But from what I understand, if you take a plea deal, the only thing you see is the initial hearing, and you're done.
Which he said though that like he didn't actually confronted her, so something's not adding up. But I guess like right now we're about to get into where he's actually, or he is victim shaming, and this is like the part where everybody was just.
Hey, chat, is there anybody who's been to court that would be able to tell us? Do you still go to court if you have a plea deal?
That's actually a question for Shandi.
And ecstasy. H was seeing a psychiatrist 7 months before she met us. She was also seeing a...
Wait, hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit.
All of them saw the truth and could have let me and my brother go, but they held us for months, coming back and forth to the courts, fucking us for more money, more time, more trauma. All of that because a girl didn't want to get into trouble with her parents. So let me give you facts about what we found. H was addicted to alcohol, marijuana, and ecstasy. H was seeing a psychiatrist 7 months before she met us. She was also seeing a psychologist. The psychologist referred her to the psychiatrist, but her parents was seeing a psychologist, and their psychologist was speaking to H's psychologist. And the reason they were seeing a psychologist because they didn't know how to interact with their daughter. H was fighting at school, not fighting like arguing, fist fighting her peers, other kids in school. It's on the report from her psychiatrist. And again, I might be using terminology not 100% because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know much about the law as much as a lawyer, so I'm going to give it to you guys the best I can. The fact is that her parents could not take care of their child, and they were such bad parents, and they were constantly fighting with her, that eventually H found a way to work with her parents. The way from her psychologist is this. She's extremely manipulative. She used to blackmail her parents. She would say to her parents, if she doesn't get...
Stop. Any input, Charlie? Charlie?
No, like you could see like at that beginning part, like where he was explaining the psychologist and everything, it was like stop, and then like his head would be in a different spot because like he was starting and like he clipped this and edited this so fucking hard in that spot.
Really? I didn't catch that. I was like kind of like I'm just like kind of lost because he kept saying psychiatrist and psychologist. It's like, aren't they like the same thing? Hold on. Let me look it up in the good old AI search engine.
So a psychologist is a person that can give you therapy and can recommend like grounding treatments versus a psychiatrist is a person that is allowed to give you medications. So the fact that she was on medications and she was drinking, they probably interacted differently.
So what I'm getting at though is like this dude is victim shaming and like trying to brush her off as like to be the bad person in this story because she was underage drinking, smoking cannabis, or consuming cannabis, and she is seeing a psychologist
Yes,
and a psychiatrist
absolutely
and is
agree.
probably on meds.
But
That's
like
kind of fucked.
just because she's going through all of that doesn't give you the right to take advantage of her in a vulnerable state. Like,
Yeah, like a responsible adult though, like if stuff like that was going to happen though, is like no, you need to like uh how do I put this? Like, try to de-escalate the situation as best as you can. And like I would say like the best course of action was like to take her to her parents and let her parents deal with it. But I guess that didn't happen because there is a gap between the time that she allegedly left the party and then went to North Hills and then when she get home. So well, if that's not the case, so then there's a major gap between like the time that she was at the house and until she got home. At least that's what I'm getting at. Like this is really fucked, especially like, me being a former, victims advocate and stuff though. This is like real, like you don't do that. You don't victim shame people like that. That's fucked.
1,000%. I get where you're going. Um, oh, definitely. That just makes you look worse. And as a person who's been on the other side of the fence, like I have been, I've put myself into some vulnerable situations with drinking, and I've tried to do some stupid stuff that, like, when they explain it to me the next morning, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And they're like, yep, we just put you to bed. You're good. You, nothing happened.
Yeah. I'm sorry that happened to you, Charlie.
Hello?
No, I'm here.
Yeah. So as a former person who's gone through stuff like that, I've put myself in.
Uh, Charlie, you there?
I don't know how much of that you actually got. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You got cut out from the looks of it, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no, it's always
What
not a
happened?
good thing. You got cut out, like you were but it kind of like self-censored you. You don't have to talk about it again if you don't want to. Hello?
Yeah, no, like it paused and then kept going, and I don't know. Like I think we're good now.
Are you comfortable to talk about it?
Yeah, no, I was just saying it's like, like I've had stuff happen to me, and when I was out drinking with like some Navy buddies, they did the responsible thing. They put me to bed and was like, "No, you're being stupid." Like that's
Um,
what you should do in that situation. Hey, you're making an ass of yourself. Go lay down.
yeah. I mean, that's what should have happened though, but in this case, it did not. They just like let the shit roll downhill, and it essentially escalated, and now this happened. And it's morally wrong to like actually shame the victims, like just bringing out all the bad stuff that she has done that resulted in that though. But at the end of the day, though, like she's still a victim in this. And yes, that is true that women do lie, and but it's one of those things, like at the end of the day, he took a plea deal, and it's probably because like his lawyer sucked, but that's like hard to believe too, because if you actually have a
But they're
firm
also
case,
18 and they don't have the same talks that military people have. Like military guys, they're so paranoid about getting a report on them because they know their career is in the tank. Like thinking that if I had any suspicion that something would have happened and I reported it, they all would have gone down.
right? All right. Anything else to add before I hit play?
Something, she will commit suicide. She was addicted to alcohol, weed, and ecstasy. That night she had alcohol. She also smoked from the weed. And the fact that she jumped like that on all the beds in the house and took off her clothes lets me understand that she took ecstasy. You see, but I didn't know that until I went into the reports.
So there it is, right? His full attack of the
Just
character
essentially
of A.
give this time the lag. Just victim shaming is bad, and also don't take advantage of girls just because they're drinking and they say stuff, because sometimes like they're having some traumas that have manifested in their drunk self, and it happens. She obviously took those substances to cope with something.
1000%. You don't take advantage of like people that are in a very uh vulnerable state. In fact, you should do everything you can to protect them. I lost my train of thought. Well, let's continue.
It's what I said earlier in the video, and it was one of my predictions like a day or 2 days ago, right? That he was gonna try his hardest to make H look like she's delusional, that she has all of these problems and yada yada yada, right? Which is just insane because the guy admitted to guilt in his plea bargain deal. Nobody forced him to take that deal. He took that deal. If you wanted to make this argument, right? If you wanted to fight tooth and nail to the ends of the world, then why would
stupid retarded and you had to be like, okay, let's go to bed? Like we had fun up until I got to that point, but
I mean, there was that one time you got tri-faded at Subball. But we don't need to talk about that. But that was actually, I mean, it looked like you were having a great time, and you thought you were at Electric Daisy Carnival. I thought that shit was funny.
It's not just getting ridiculous. It's almost like 15 seconds. Like, what do I do? Because it's seeming like I'm interrupting, and I don't want to feel like I'm interrupting.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're trying to work through it. That's all.
Oh, dude, that was so much fun. Subball was a fucking blast, dude. Oh, and then we had what was that? What was that drink that I had? It was like Nuke Waste or something. It was
No,
oh,
no, it wasn't a nuke waste.
Ooh.
It was actually liquid marijuana.
oh my god.
To clarify, chat though, like at Subball though, like she consumed an edible. She was out of she was out of the military at the time. She's a civilian. She's a big girl, and she took a couple edibles before we went to the ball, and she just could not stop laughing the entire time. She was giggly and bubbly. But I thought it was adorable.
Oh, yes. Mixed with yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I was out of the Navy at that point because that was so much more fun than when I was in.
Oh my god, that actually was probably like the best Subball ever. Anyways, let's continue.
Oh my god, when
You
the bells were
admit-
off, I was fucking dying. I was fucking laughing so hard, and it was so hard not to like. 'Cause I'm like, this is a serious moment.
And you couldn't stop laughing. But they were doing the tolling of the bells for the commemorate all the lost submarines. Though she cannot stop laughing, and I'm like, oh my god, stop! It's like you're drawing attention. It's like she kind of like lost control of her emotions because she tried to hold her breath though to stop laughing, and it just made her red. And then she started laughing because she was making weird noises and shit.
Guilt. Why would you accept the deal? If anybody was accused of something so heinous, they would fight. They would fight to the end. They would fight to the end. They would never admit to the guilt. But guess what? You did. You did, Princess
No, you
Azule,
have to
and it's on
explain
public.
how they were off. Like they would do the slide, and then the bells were like 5 seconds late.
Yeah, that that was part of it, but you were like laughing at the noises you were making
Homeboy's
too.
wife was way worse than me. I'm gonna
Oh.
give but let's just say our picture, it was very obvious. I was high and drunk off my ass. It was so bad.
But that, I think it was because you both were like looking at each other. You guys were like laughing at each other's laugh, and it was like stuck in an infinite loop, and that's why you guys were like. And then adding to the fact that they were like are desynchronized with the whole ceremony and shit, that you guys couldn't stop laughing. And all the meanwhile, I'm like smiling. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna get in so much trouble. But I think everybody at that Subball was like too drunk to care, really.
Record, okay? So that's why this shit is so dumb. It is so dumb. And you know what? You want to say this bullshit? Okay, this is how you really beat people. Okay. Okay, you take their own logic and you apply it to them. I'm not saying I
Okay, we
agree
need to
with
finish
Princess
this
Azula. I
video.
really want to make that.
The what?
No, you're gonna get in trouble. I'm a civilian. I didn't get into any fucking trouble. They'd have been like, "Don't bring her again." But other than that, that's all that would have happened. The shitty part is that everyone there knew me because we were at the same command for my last like year in the Navy.
I mean, yeah. But the important thing is like everybody had fun though, and like they can take that away from us. But yeah, like as much as we wanted to keep the party going though, we had to get you home because I think you weren't feeling all that too good. You were getting the spins. And then our good old cousin my cousin showed up, and she had some caps with her, and it was the best interest for everybody except me, who was stuck on babysitting duty to make sure that everybody was, vibing
But yeah, let's
really
finish
good.
the video. I will stay silent until then because this lag is getting ridiculous.
Okay. Just, if anything, just feel free to chime in. Just let me know if you need to chime in or anything, okay?
Oh, Travis.
Fucking crystal clear. I don't agree, right? But let's just say this. Let's say, okay, if H had all of these problems, you want to attack her character and we're accepting that as something that is true, right? Who are you to fucking say anything when your whole story has been that you were a troubled kid and you were with mobsters and you were with the mafia and you were fighting in underground caves and everything? Then if all of that is true, right? Then who are you to fucking say anything, right? Like this shit is just so dumb, right? If you just take his same type of reasoning and then reverse it and apply it to himself, just blows up in his face. Like I feel like I'm actually
Blows up in his face like Hamas Piker. Oh my god, I need to stop making that comparison because I'm gonna get banned on Twitch for crapping on their golden boy.
getting pressed, bro. I feel mad. I feel mad inside. I feel mad inside because this is wrong, because this is disgusting. And this is all part of some alpha male grift. Okay? Like, this is what is just pissing me off, bro. This is not some reality TV show. This is not some fucking fake shit you see on Netflix or whatever. Like, this is real life. This is real life, and I'm that's why I'm getting so upset.
I don't know any. Clearly, her parents were very bad parents. So in the notes of her psychiatrist, she was taking Prozac. She started with 10 milligrams, went up to 20, and went up all the way to 30. She was also sneaking out at night to meet older boys. Her parents...
That's like 60 milligrams of like ecstasy. Like, what the fuck? That might be a lethal dose. Hold on. Okay, so 60 milligrams of MDMA
If
is
your
considered.
parents were perfect, the fuck?
Yeah, so 60 milligrams is low to moderate recreational dosage. Like the typical that's like low. Like 75 to 125 is like the typical recreational dose. And then 60 milligrams won't kill a
No,
healthy
it's pretty
adult.
close. Well, but okay, so things like that aren't weight dependent, and a lot of people, like I know people that they're like, "Oh, I'm a big boy, so I need more." Like, no, if you do acid or anything that's psychoactive, it is not weight dependent. Everyone's brain is about the same weight.
Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, unless it's like a bad batch of it, of like mystery powder that isn't MDMA, though, that would likely kill you. But 60 milligrams, though, I don't know. It might affect, like, like teens
Yeah, that's like the
differently.
micro, like
Yeah, microdose. Or unless he's like, Unless he like, wait, hold on. Was he like saying like MDMA, or was he talking about like
Not some reality TV show.
Parents were very bad parents. So in the notes of her psychiatrist, she was taking Prozac. She started with 10 milligrams, went up.
Prozac, not MDMA? Standard daily dose of Prozac is usually around 20 milligrams. And some patients are prescribed 40 to 60 milligrams per day under supervision. So 60 is under the therapeutic limit, not automatically lethal. So that kind of checks with the chart, though. She's like prescribed Prozac, though. She's pretty much fine. Wait, hold on. What?
Prozac is an anti-anxiety, right? That's just anxiety, which she probably drank to alleviate her anxiety so she'd have more fun, because that's what I do.
Yeah, you can go that. Apparently, you can go that as high as 60 milligram, even as like a teen. But as long as you're under supervision have adult supervision.
Yeah, but okay.
But usually, like for kids, though, the typical pediatric dosage is like 10 to 20 milligrams a day to start. And
Yeah,
then,
she was in the normal limits for a psycho, like a psychoanalyst
Konnichiwa,
point.
you little
She was at a
jit.
point where she needed help.
14410. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. You're awesome. But yeah, I mean, again, this is like going like the whole victim shaming thing, and it's just like just breaking it down. Though, it's like I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not okay like to mix it with cannabis and alcohol though, but is again, it's like trying to make it seems like she's like abusing the drug when clearly she wasn't.
Up to 20 and went up all the way to 30. She was also sneaking out at night to meet older boys. Her parents said to them at the court, said to the judge, she's a virgin. She was not a virgin. She was far from a virgin. I understand she took drugs.
Thank you.
That's why she acted this way. But we found out in the reports that before she went out, she told her girlfriends that she'd shaved her vagina so she could sleep with one of the boys that she was seeing that night. And that's the boy she saw before she saw us, and the boy she then saw again after she saw us. As much as her parents were trying to make her seem like the best girl in the world, she was a trouble.
So taking a prescription and then intentionally mixing it with psychoactive drugs is an issue. But she's also, she was far from a virgin. Shut up. She was far from a virgin. She was still underage, and most of those guys were probably her age, or, she was making it when she wasn't drunk, like, not saying young girls should be actively searching for dudes older than them, but I did it, but I was sober.
Yeah. Again, though, like when it comes to like mixing like prescriptions and like ecstasy, cannabis, and alcohol, that is just like a cocktail of like bad decisions. But again, though, it's just like yeah, you shouldn't really mix all that stuff though. But at the same time, though, it's like she's obviously going through stuff though, and you don't want to like make it out like she's a bad person, rather than like just trying to support or like provide her support that she needs, rather than victim shaming.
Troubled child, which is completely understandable. I now understand what's been happening, but it goes way deeper than that.
I feel like this part of the video is just some disgusting attempt to further smear the victim, trying to say or claim that she had a history with other people, and because she had a history, then it's not really that big of a deal, and she had all these issues and stuff, so guys, like, you can't trust her. That's like basically what I think Azuli's trying to say,
Like,
and that's
with
why I
my
said it's fucking
depression
disgusting.
meds, I'm not supposed to drink. But,
Right.
you know, as long as I'm keeping it to a relatively low volume, because like lately I have started drinking again, but I'm keeping it to like 1 drink a night. Yes, it's going to affect my depression medication, but not nearly as bad as me going out and getting whiskey. This
Yeah.
girl sounds like me, and so I'm starting to think it's like, if this was me, how would I feel? And the answer is, frick you, guy.
Yeah, this dude's an actual piece of shit for, like, you know, trying to, like, put it all on the girl here. Again, though, it's just like, he's victim shaming, and that's really bad. And right now, it's just like, I'm trying to understand his perspective, though, but at the same time, though, it's just like, just knowing, like, the things that he said online and in the past and stuff, though, it contradicts, like, you know, like, his statements and all this stuff kind of contradicts each other, or itself. So, like I'm saying, though, I can't press X fast enough.
Disgusting. This whole thing, bro, is so, oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
When I made
Same,
the first
bro.
video,
Same.
I was telling you guys that everything was about the $50 million lawsuit. I don't understand the law to speak.
$50 million? What?
And from his perspective, like, he grew up here in America, so it's different. But, like, people in his culture, and especially people in the Middle East, women are seen as property or something to control or like a trophy. And when you have that mentality, like, there's a lot of guys you definitely see here, like, they come here from another country, they have that mentality. They treat you like something to be won, or like you're this thing that they need to, like, control or dominate. And what was I saying? But it's like, women here don't put up with that shit. You know, like, we're boss bitches, and I'm not trying to be like the whole feminazi thing with, like, you know, women are better or women are should be seen as these, like, ultimate beings. But at least treat us like how you expect to be treated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, that I guess, like, yeah, in the Middle East, though, but just keep in mind, though, like, you know, like, Israeli and
That's like,
like
I don't date guys from, like, India or, like, Middle Eastern guys because they have that mentality, and I'm very independent.
Yeah, I mean, that's your preference, though, and it's just like, and it's based on, like, what you experienced in the past. And then, I mean, like I was, like, talking about before, though, it's just like, you have stereotypes, and this dude is living up to the stereotype of an Israeli man, and he is on the mindset, was like, well, instead of, like, the 70 virgins that are promised when a Muslim goes to Mecca, in this guy's mind, her virginity was promised to him 3,000 years ago. I guess that was a bad joke.
Speak it out as a lawyer. What I was referring to was actually the restitution, not a lawsuit. Thanks to this past 6 weeks, I now understand things almost as good as a lawyer. So there was a restitution, money that they wanted, and they asked in court
Isn't
for
Mecca
$50
just their
million.
pilgrimage location? I think it's just heaven. They go to heaven, or like their version of heaven. I don't think.
I
I
don't
think
know
Mecca is a pilgrimage location.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that
it's like, are they running out of women, like human virgins? Are you gonna start getting like camels and goats and cats? Because like my cats are virgins. Are they being promised to these Muslim men? Here's my question. It's a valid question.
no, they just expect you to like to cover up so that you don't shame God or some shit. Did the cat do something that made you like Charlie, are you there? Guys, I think we lost her. I think I may have killed her. Sorry, Charlie.
Dollars in restitution. But the judge knew that I didn't do anything. And she wanted to throw out this case many times. But they kept going up to the Supreme Court to get this case to keep going
That
because it
didn't
was all
start
about the money.
until like the 70s or like the 80s. Like that started becoming a thing later on.
What started to become a thing?
No. But like there's yes, the lag, bro. The lag. And then no, you didn't lose me. What was I saying? I'm gonna edit it.
What happened?
Oh, like I feel like it was originally that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it was originally to like protect you from the sun. Like they wanted you to have fair skin and didn't want you to be overly tan. You know, like the same like mentality like a lot of people in Asia and like even Africa, like they have whitening agents that they do because having dark skin is bad. So like in America, we want to be tan and we want to be dark, but like in other countries, they're like, no, being dark is bad. That means you're poor and you have to work for a living, as I said before. And they go out of their way to like try to whiten themselves. So I feel like there was like a double like use for it. Like, yes, to cover them up and so that they're like this treasure, but also like they want them to be these fair skinned, like snow white beauties.
That actually, that actually makes a lot more sense. But but at the end of the day, though, it's like how they interpret it, and that actually makes a lot more sense, though. Like it's just like it's to cover up, but being in the middle, like in the desert and stuff like that, that I would feel as though that would just be extremely hot underneath all the garment and stuff. And I guess like it's the same thing they do in the Southeast Asia too, in the Muslim countries out there, because they cover up there too, but not to like the extremes that they do in the Middle East and like Iran and all that stuff.
Because Middle Eastern women are gorgeous. Like,
Oh,
I'm like,
1000%.
if you've ever seen Syrian women or like other women from the Middle East, they are beautiful. And I am very proud to be part Syrian. Like, I definitely like being Irish mixed and French, like, I am definitely more pale, but I tan really well and I don't really burn. And
Uh,
but being from like a Middle Eastern country, like I was from the Catholic side of Syria, it was a little bit different, but like I take pride in that culture and, I don't know where I was going with that.
I mean, yeah, I'm not denying that fact too. Like, or especially like Persian women. Oh my God, They have like very beautiful eyes. Kind of like weird though, in a way though. But anyways, let's proceed.
CH never wanted to show up to court. Even when we asked a few times, she didn't show up. Her parents then said that I owe money for the boarding school, but her psychiatrist had in the notes that they were speaking about sending her to boarding school before she met me. When she went to boarding school, there was a tape that was found of her stripping on the pole at her boarding school. She loved getting attention, possibly because her parents didn't give her any love and any attention. And that was one way for her to get.
Oh, now you're shaming the
I
parents?
definitely
What
got the Middle
fuck?
Eastern eyes. Like, you can definitely tell, like, my eyes are, like, different. And somebody told me it was my nose gave a hint to it. I'm sorry, this flag. Because you keep saying, let's proceed, as I'm mid-talking. Oh my god.
You're fine.
But, coming from a dude, you have a thing for Latino women. You have them big booty Latinas.
I mean, if they kind of like, if they kind of figure out
I
how
tell
to
him all the
like,
time. Wait, stripping on the pole, okay? So PJ's type, or that's no. Our friend's type.
what happened? Hello. I guess we're just gonna continue.
Get attention. So her parents try to say that I owe $50 million, me and my family, in restitution and fees. And at the end of the day, because the judge saw that this was all fake and it's all about the money, she said, no way. And they said, I'm going to pay $13,000 when I take the plea
No, I was
deal.
just
So
saying,
I
it's like, he said, oh, she's stripping on the pole at school. And I was like, oh, that is like so our homie's type. Like, remember, one of our friends back in Cali, he was just like, he's like, oh, I love those girls who dance on poles.
I can't remember who.
I'm
that
here, I
is.
swear.
Oh my god.
Bullshit.
But $13,000 for a plea deal, there is, and then like they're trying to get him for like $50 million in damages. That makes zero sense. I mean, there is no way that no court in law can actually, even entertain that idea.
the plea deal and I went into jail and I came out. And after I came out, they still tried to tell the judge that I owe more than $13,000. The judge said that $13,000 is more than she would have done just because she wants to teach me a lesson because of a prior problem that I've had. It's in writing that they wanted to teach
50 million
me a
is
lesson,
ridiculous.
and that's why
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's such a bad boy. She needed to teach him a lesson. Like, he needs such a spanking. He's such a bad, bad boy.
I paid in restitution $13,000. They asked for about $250,000 after we already agreed on the $13,000.
So more attempts at dragging the victim's character in this segment of the video. And what I don't really get, right? 6 fucking weeks, right? This guy spent on the second response video, right? Because this has been dragging out for a very long time. Where are the snapshots of the judge saying this? Where is it in the video, right? Where is it? Because I don't understand this whole claim about, oh, the judge thought it was bullshit. The judge thought it was nonsense, right? Oh, the victim didn't come to testify. Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why, Azuli, that she didn't show up. And then this guy, right, because he has massive narcissism, has to make everything about himself, right? He always has to like brag about himself. He's like, oh yeah, I've been learning the law so much that
Yeah, it's narcissistic behavior. This dude is like pretty much like Patrick Bateman, or like Timu Patrick Bateman to be exact. Like he's better than everybody, and he can attract all these women and stuff. He like with zero
I
effort.
want court documentation. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, I mean, John Bravo actually did have receipts though, and so far, like going through this entire video, Queen Azalea didn't even present anything. It was just like zoomed in though. It's like it could be anything. Like, bro, like where's the receipts? Is this like we're supposed to take your word for it?
I'm just as good as a lawyer, and then fucks up by saying this went up to the Supreme.
Yeah, you're a real shitty lawyer if that's the case, though. Where'd you get your freaking... What is it? Where'd you take the bar at? Freaking New Mexico? Did you take the same exam as Saul Goodman? Like, that's his name, though, right? From Breaking Bad? Better Call Saul? Anyways, you're Timu Saul Goodman at best.
Supreme Court. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
About $250,000. After we already agreed
he was
on
using
the
context clues to his
there was
advantage
still
for sure, like strong editing. And lawyer, bitch, please shut the fuck up. Like, I get it. There's people who've passed the bar. Like, there was like a girl, she had Down syndrome, passed the bar. But, like, good for her. You know what I mean? But, like, don't try to claim that you're as smart as a fucking lawyer when you haven't passed the fucking bar. You don't know. And this is in California. That shit's probably complicated as fuck. Like, kudos to some of our friends that fucking passed the bar. For sure.
I mean, yeah, it took Shandi about, like, I think it was like 3 times until she actually passed the bar. It was like the same amount of times that my cousin Vinny took the bar 3 times though, and he was able to pass it too. Like, they're both really good lawyers too. But yeah, Shandi lately is like been down the dumps though about that kind of stuff though. But trying to remind her is like, you have no idea like how much of a beast you are as a lawyer. You just haven't woken it up yet.
fighting, and it took another, I don't know, year or something like that, or maybe longer, till I even paid them, because they kept fighting for more. Although we agreed for me to take a
And
plea
she's
deal,
smart.
and they'll remove the
Shandi's smart as shit. Like, I envy how intelligent that woman is. Does she say some stupid shit sometimes? Yes. But she at least has, like, stuff she backs her arguments with, even if it's biased or whatever. But she's very intelligent. I'll give her that.
Yeah, that's why it's just like, it's really hard to debate her though, because she actually is better prepared and like actually more educated on the subject than I am. So it's just like, it's best like, you know, just avoid topics where she probably might have an advantage on. But when it comes to like, you know, fields that I'm an expert at though, she doesn't have a leg to stand on, because I actually am an expert in those fields. And anyways, let's continue.
$50 million, turn it into $13,000, but no, they wanted about $250, something like $90,000 for the boarding school. The name was Copper Canyon. The psychiatrist was literally speaking to the parents about sending H to boarding school before she met me, so it had nothing to do with me. But luckily, the judge saw that.
Just saying something, because you usually have stuff to back it too. But you guys just come with different sources, because you have a very different source of your news or your information than she does. But you both come with very intelligent arguments. And I see both sides usually when I'm like sitting and listening to you guys arguing. But at the same time, it's like, I'm just gonna sit here and let y'all hash this out because
I mean, she gets
I don't watch the
her
news.
she gets her news and stuff from
It's too
like
sad.
so here's the difference. She gets like her information from TikTok and I get my information from 4chan and Instagram. And you have seen the deranged and unhinged freaking stuff that I sent, or reels that I sent on the gram.
We were done. I was sure that it was the end. I didn't know that a lawsuit came right after. Matter of fact,
Neither are
by the
overly
dates,
valid
the lawsuit, when they
sources.
said that they served me.
Like, what's the search engine that it like brings you like world news? So like stuff from like other countries, like stuff
Al
that's like
Jazeera.
less biased than our media. Like
Al
maybe you should
Jazeera.
start doing that. Maybe. Or like recommending that to each other so you guys can get more of like a broad view of information. I don't know like how else to word that.
Yeah, I use ground news. Like at least with like ground news though, it tells you like where the story's coming from on like which side of the political spectrum that they're leaning towards, if it's left or right. And then they pretty much have like, you know, it shows where your political biases are. And I try to remain as center as possible. But at the same time though, like when I'm reading stuff on the left though, it's just like, no, this, and then like trying to look at the facts from like balancing it from like an unbiased news source. There are a lot of stuff they kind of like stretched and like, you know, fabricating stuff. And that's the same. I guess it's the same thing on the right too, but it's like over exaggerated though. But it's partially true.
For the lawsuit. Now we're going into the lawsuit, the civil suit that got dismissed. I knew nothing about that. Neither did my family. When I was coming in for the restitution hearing, they said that they were serving me. They were telling the other judge that they are serving me. They could have served me in court because the mother went up on the stand twice in front of me in the restitution hearing.
Why are you holding up 3 fingers? Can you not or as long with like you can't read, you can't count either? What the hell's wrong with you?
She could have served me in my hand, but she didn't. They didn't want to serve me. You see, they had a lawsuit that they won not too long before this lawsuit, where they sued the insurance. So here they sued the insurance again, but this time it was with me. They lost, and I'll tell you exactly what they did the whole time. They told the judge that they are serving me. They told him that they served me. Every letter that they sent out, they sent to a wrong address when they shipped out the mail. They said that they served me in my hands, but at that time, I wasn't even living at that property anymore. Matter of fact, my whole family wasn't living there. It was our tenants that was living there. So they couldn't have served us. But they never signed the paperwork that was served, because by law, that is called perjury. And for that, you could go to jail to up to 10 years.
So sassy.
They never signed the...
So sassy. But all the hand gestures.
I guess he's like trying to like argue about like how they serve the documentations and stuff though, which there's no way, like if they actually had a professional that would serve them, they wouldn't outright do that. That's bullshit.
Hey,
There's no...
wouldn't they have sent it to your parents where you have a room at, and they would have told you?
The thing was though is
That makes no sense. Because he was saying he was staying with his parents still.
But they try to, like, they moved at that point, though. Like, I guess what he was saying, though, is, like, they were no longer at that property that they served the paperwork to, but the tenants that were living there. But, I don't know. That's the question I actually had for chat. I guess it's a paralegal can serve a lawsuit to the tenants that are... Wait, can someone serve a lawsuit to the defendant via his tenants that are renting his property? I'm pretty sure that's how I can address that question. In most jurisdictions,
People where it's literally their job to hand out that documentation, and they have to verify your identity. So as long as you deny that you are that person, they can't legally serve it to you. But yeah, leaving it at the property doesn't count as them serving it. They have to physically give it to a person that they've verified that identity.
Right. In most jurisdictions, a lawsuit, a summon, a complaint.
Because I used to like watch shows that they literally did that all the time, and they would deny it, and then they'd go under like cover, and then they'd be like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then they'd say their name, and they're like, "Oh, cool. Here's your papers, beach."
You've been served. Oh yeah, it's like in Pineapple Express, because that was like his job to serve documentation or court orders and shit. But yeah, no, there is no like all right, hold on. In most jurisdictions, a lawsuit, the summons complaint has to be personally served to the defendant or left with someone of suitable age and discretion at their usual residence or place of business. A tenant renting the defendant's property does not usually count as either. So what he's saying is that they left the court documents at his former residence that they were renting out, and they didn't sign it. So he wasn't properly served. But but
Rogan, what's his first name?
Seth Rogen.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Well, yeah, it's just like no, like they like what you were saying earlier though, they have
like
to,
the parents.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be the parent, or it has to be the individual that they're summoning. So in this case, though, they are like I guess it's paralegal persons that are serving or whoever's serving the documentations to him, though, they have to get him to identify that he is who he is, and then they serve the documentations and telling that he's being summoned and you've been served type thing. And of course, he's going to get salty about it because he got played.
These documents. When we didn't show up to court, they got a default judgment, which means a default judgment because I didn't show up to court, they win. They won the case. But now you have to bring the insurance, and the insurance has to get involved. So yeah, they won the case against us because they never served us. But then the other girl, which was her friend, they sued her parents, but her dad was a lawyer and was very good at getting that case.
Maybe you should have asked her or that guy as a lawyer, because the lawyer that you had that told you to take that plea deal fucking sucked.
Case dismissed.
So you may be new to this entire ridiculous situation, right? But in this segment of the video, Princess Azule is addressing how John Bravo exposed him in regards to the victim of the family suing the home insurance, right? Now, this guy, he's trying to say that, oh, you know, they only beat me in that case because I wasn't properly served or whatever. This is the thing, right? Is I will never believe a single fucking word from this moron because it is well known that this guy, he just...
does that have to do? Why is the other people? What? Like,
You okay?
how do you sue home insurance? What? What?
Yeah, like when it comes to like legal, because or they're claiming that it happened on their property, you can get insurance involved. I'm because this is a question that I asked when I was like applying for home insurance through USAA, and I was asking is like, am I covered in the event that is just like for legal fees in the event that I get or if there's like a swatting incident on my property, or like anything of like a criminal nature that allegedly
Yeah, no, I'm
happened on my
fine.
property.
But also, can we
And they
talk
said,
about how Homeboy's like jacked Jabba the Hutt? Who
Yeah.
is this person?
It's Bubba. That's his avatar, just like
That
how
makes no sense.
yeah, it's just you have to get into the whole lore of like the whole Bubba thing, because like essentially like he just roasts or a lot of like alpha males on the whole social media sphere, and he pretty much has like his whole alpha male universe where like he just like shits on like all these dudes that are like huge pieces of shit. But this dude is probably takes the cake out of all of them, in my opinion. Like I haven't even introduced you to Wes Watson yet, formerly known as Pegged Watson.
Doesn't say the truth. He doesn't say the truth, right? He said he was a special forces clear unit. He said he was with the mafia, MS-13. Like there's just a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things that he has not been honest about. I mean, I just showed you earlier in the video that he tried to smear an actual
That hand gesture right there, though, is just like that's kind of a little sus, though. Is like
he's definitely up there.
Is he like beating it, or is he like trying to shove it in his mouth, or what the hell's going on?
Green Beret and try to say that
Oh, Lanta.
that guy is a
Okay.
liar, right? So,
Aw,
like
look at
in
the
this world, right? Not just the internet, not
wanna
just
travel?
whatever, right? Your reputation is everything, right? You lie one time to people, and that's it. That's just how it is, because then guess what? You start questioning everything else that person said to you. And guess what? Princess, little bitch, has been exposed so many times, so I don't give a fuck what this guy is saying about this. Oh, I wasn't properly served or whatever.
Dismissed. They also sued Mayor's parents.
Yeah, kind of like what's going on with the whole Ethan Klein versus the Three Stooges from Hassan's or universe. Like one of the Three Stooges though was like trying to ignore like being served and stuff like that, and like purposely avoiding being summoned in court. And it was until the very last day, because the assumption is that she finally got a lawyer that day, and then they reached out to Ethan, like saying like, hey, we understand that you're trying to serve our client though, and then we're requesting an extension of 60 days.
Little bitch. I fucking love it. Wait, Mayhor's parents? I thought you said they were brothers. What is this? What is this?
Mayor's parents also brought a good lawyer. They sued everybody, but they were sure that my insurance, Fidelity, had about $10 million of coverage for us. But it was 500, which was not even close to the $50 million that they first asked for. So they went and they asked for the $10 million. Now take into consideration, They never served me, but they said that they did. They lied in court. They never served me, my dad, my mom, my brother, any of us. But they said that they did. But they didn't sign the paperwork.
serve your
And when they
parents?
shipped out the papers, they sent it off to the wrong address. What a coincidence, huh? They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly.
No, they obviously cannot do that. Like, you're probably making this shit up, though, because you obviously have to be served the documentation. You have to admit who you are so that they can actually serve you properly. Now, in the courts, though, like, if you can deny who you are, though, and they can't serve you the paperwork until, like, the one time that they actually do catch you slipping and you accidentally admit who you are, and then they can serve you right there on the spot. But again, none of this makes sense, though, because you took a plea deal.
Exactly what they were doing. But you see, H's friend's dad, the one that was hanging out with my brother, he was a lawyer. And he asked for so many things. I want to know what psychiatrist she was seeing before. I want to know the psychologist.
Okay, that's none of your fucking business, because there is, like, this thing called the HIPAA, and when it comes to, like, medical files and all that stuff, that is none of your business. And that has to be voluntarily disclosed, which, yeah, there is no way.
Just she was seeing before. I want to know what medication she was taking. I want to know what she.
Again, that's none of your business.
Well, it was a separate case. So he took a plea deal in the charge of the rape, but then they sued for like mental health or damages to her psyche or whatever. So they were two separate cases. So he had to have been served separately. But they could have looked in his documentation. If they moved at any point during the case, they would have had to put that there, and they would have known to send it to a different address.
Right.
She told her friends, and from there I have all this information. But let me share with you a little bit more. H told the police that she doesn't want to prosecute us. She doesn't want to press charges. But because she was a minor, her father was acting as the guardian ad litem, which means he speaks as if he is H, and the witness is the mom. But if you will read the whole 2,000 pages, you'll see that there is different testimonials there. There is something that says that Ben to H and dragged her into Dylan's room and then dragged her outside. And then there's one that says that Ben to H then beat her, then pulled her into Dylan's room. Then Dylan did that with H. And then Mayor dragged H outside, like different testimonials. And the reason is none of that came from H. All of that came from her parents because they were after the money. Although they agreed in the criminal case to leave us alone after they got the restitution, $13,000, they still went and sued the insurance.
All right, let me get this straight, right? Just so we're on the same page. It seems like Azule is trying to make the claim that everything that the parents said in the court case was a bunch of bullshit because they're speaking on behalf of their daughter. That's pretty much what he's trying to say. And
I mean, yeah, like, it's I want to say it's a common thing, though, because, like, if the victim is, like, too traumatized, like, because they would have to revisit everything that happened that day, though, and then you would have people that would speak on their behalf. Wait, hold on. That's something I have to freaking ask chat. Their age and their designated legal guardians have Okay, so in most legal systems, U.S. included, the actual victim's testimony is the most powerful evidence,
So
especially in
in my
sexual assault
case,
cases. Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
8 and it continued until I was 12. So they were like, "Hey, she can't give a valid testimony. She's traumatized, blah blah blah." So my mom had to basically explain what had happened. But they had a written thing from me that like an adult transcribed, like I explained the story and someone from like the legal department wrote it down and then I signed it. So I couldn't testify in court because they said that was too stressful, but I was able to submit.
You're cut out again, Gab or Charlie. Whenever she gets back, though, back to what I was saying. If the victim is a minor, parents and guardians can absolutely speak for the child in many parts of the process. And like what Charlie was saying, she can write her testimony, and her parent or legal guardian can essentially translate it, and then they would go back to the child or minor at this point, and she would just sign the documentation saying that this is her testimony. Charlie, are you there? Oh. It kind of cut out, though. It sounded like you were talking in mid-sentence, though. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though, is just that they had you file, or when you were like a child, though, you were filling out a testimony or writing like what happened on your perspective, and then they had like your mother translated it, and then they transcribed it to a legal document, and they had you sign the legal document saying that was your testimony. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm here. I was done talking. I just cut myself off, I guess.
Oh. No, it sounded like it.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that. Like, I'll stop talking mid-sentence. I'm awful.
No, you're fine. But yeah, essentially, though, so back to what he was saying, though, he was just trying to make it out like the father is like, controlling the whole situation. But in this case, though, he is legally right to do so. I mean, no, like, it's one of those things like, yeah, no, like any caring and loving
Yes,
father
that is
would.
correct.
Oh my god, this dude is such a piece of shit. Ugh.
It's so fucking asinine, honestly. Why do you think the parents are speaking on her behalf, huh? Why do you think? It's probably because these guys are monsters that she didn't want to be within their presence, and so she gave the right to her family to speak on her behalf. But it's all from her, right? They're simply recounting what was said to them by her. So what is this guy even saying, bro? Like, this guy is so fucking moronic. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. But there's like 3 minutes left to this bullshit, and I'm gonna stick it through. It's already very late, but you know what? Justice doesn't sleep. It doesn't sleep, and I made an oath that we would destroy this lame. So I'm gonna honor that oath, and I'm gonna keep going.
They were so money hungry, it is unbelievable. So the testimonial that you guys see there is not from H. It's from her father. H never said any of these things, and those things never happened to H. From the bottom of my heart, as much as I'm fucking pissed off at this fucking family,
you sure look
I
pissed
feel
off.
bad for H. H had a very fucked up childhood with some fucked up parents. And H, if you're watching
And you're
this,
the
I would
contribution of that
love
fucked up
for you to
childhood.
apologize to me and to my brother, because you know nothing ever happened to you. We're all a bunch of kids having a good time drinking. I was with P, my brother was with Kat, and it's very sad that me and my brother and my whole family had to go through this.
Are you kidding me? So now this guy is the victim and he wants H to apologize to him. Oh my God, bro. Like, I saw the guy, his name is Arya, right? He's been really doing a good job of spreading the message against Azule and giving a deeper insight to all of the shenanigans, right? I really understand why Arya was so
Watching this, I
upset.
would love
Like
for you to
that guy.
apologize.
Wait, what happened?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was like,
Ooh.
Charlie, breathe.
Ooh, I want to punch this guy in the face.
Yeah, get in line.
I'm about to get fucking feral.
Charlie, no. Calm down. I know this is like like this. Like I warned you about. Like it's gonna get fucked up. But at the same time, fuck this asshole.
I mean, he was seeing red. I mean, he was seeing red because he's actually like friends with H. I understand. Oh my fucking God, bro. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen the actual monster then try to demand an apology from who he wronged. This isn't a reality TV show. This is real life. This is just, this is so gross, man.
And if you ever want to give us a call, you ever want to message me, I messaged you on Facebook saying I just want closure for this because I got fucked for this when I was 18.
Oh my God. That is so ridiculous, dude. I just want closure from this. It's like, dude, can you sound more like a sociopath? Like, for real, for real.
And now I got fucked for this again, although nobody.
Oh, way to play the victim. It is like, oh, I got fucked out of her. It's like, bro, again, you took a plea deal. You're guilty. And everything that you said is not adding up.
Nobody did anything wrong to you. And stepping forward and admitting the truth is something that only
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. This man has no fucks to give.
He has no morals.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry if there's background noise. I'm loading the dishwasher. I
No,
need to
you're
do
good.
something other than listen to this, or else I will go off.
That's okay. We're almost done. We only got like 2 more minutes of this.
grown-up could do. You know, when everybody came at me with all of this, it was like the trauma hitting me again. And at first I thought to myself,
Oh, please.
how he pictured me to seem like this disgusting human being. But then
'Cause
I
you
thought to
are?
myself, now that 6 weeks, 7 weeks have passed, it was actually a very good thing that happened to me. I would have never known the whole story if it wasn't for John Bravo. I would have never known what actually happened that night and what has happened with her before and after. I appreciate the work that you did. And thanks to you, I actually found out how innocent I was.
I've just never
my
heard.
God.
I've never heard about something this bad. I really haven't, guys. he reached out to the victim and is demanding her to make an apology, and he wants to reopen or whatever. You never know what this guy's actually saying, if it's true or not, right? It's just awful, y'all. And I cut it off short because at the end, it's literally him just self-glazing and saying how he's helped like thousands of men and how he can make you an alpha and he can make you get any woman that you want, something along those lines, right? No sympathy for this piece of shit. And if you made it this far, I please ask you to hit the like button, comment, do whatever, right? So that this video may spread. There really needs to be people who stand up. For way too long, these alpha male grifters in general, just got to do whatever the fuck they want and without anybody checking them. And this is what our community represents. We represent that group of people who are tired of this nonsense. So you know what? If you made it through the entire video, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will catch y'all later, and hopefully I see you in the Discord. Later.
What he did to that poor girl, ruining her life.
Sorry about that. We gotta read what the comment says. But first, though, I gotta drop that like. Okay. Bro, stop. He fought 30 guys at once while drinking eggs and Coke, and his dad works at Nintendo. He has no remorse. He's pure evil. Yeah, he was running with MS-13 and 18th Street, even though they're ops. Yeah, my point exactly.
These fake alpha male bitch ass. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Be ashamed if the victim pressed charges for defamation. I mean, I think she does have grounds to do so.
The fucking point of like, he is so lucky that weed is not legal in Indiana. I need it.
I mean, you and me both. I really wish that they just stop beating around the bush and they just legalize it like federally and just leave it up to the states. He, the brother, and Fred fled to Israel. He must have forgot to mention that. Which, yeah, and other videos that he released, though, and some of them that he deleted, though, said that, yeah, he did flee to Israel. No innocent person would do that. It took him 6 weeks to know his own case. His story makes zero sense. How could his family be poor yet the people were seeking $50 million in restitution? Ain't nobody asking for $50 million for someone who's poor. Yeah, like I was saying though, especially like I think this happened like back in the 90s or something like that, or early 2000s. Nobody has that kind of money back then. Like the market didn't crash as bad as it did, and inflation didn't like actually skyrocketed as it did. Not many people was walking around with that kind of money.
I was no longer at that address because I was in a different country hiding from the police.
I thought the judge told him to take the plea deal and he was being the hero for his family. Meanwhile, I thought he was like in the previous video, he's saying like the judge was glazing him and shit. It was like buddy with him and shit. This is it thinks we were all stupid. You literally plead guilty. This moron was single-handedly bringing all the gangs together. Bro thinks he's Tupac. Hold on. He should sue him for defamation. She has all the evidence because he's so dumb and definitely. I love how he expects people to trust the words of a compulsive liar.
Dude, he has more ops than Tupac Shakur, and Tupac Shakur's dead. How much do you pay for security in a year? Eminem? Rep double.
This video actually made him look worse and desperate. He is completely delusional. I mean, he moved his hands around a lot though, like he was trying to do Jedi mind tricks and shit. But I'm sorry though, rather than in the flow state, I'm in on autistic mode. You can't fool me. Can't fool my programming. So he's been affiliated with all the gangs, trained in martial arts by a restaurant owner, involved in the mob, homeless, a hardworking janitor, and super special forces traveling the globe for a decade, retired, and now sells coaching courses. You can't make this shit up. That is such a fucking bad background. King Nazuki is the only superhuman who can wake up fast enough to see himself still sleeping. I was homeless. My roommate, my parents. This dude is such a. I was homeless even though I had a room at my parents' house. This lady can't even lie straight in bed. Oh man, no.
He's the inspiration for every 90s fucking movie, apparently. Like, they got the inspiration for Karate Kid, Terminator. All this shit from me, bro. I'm the fucking OG.
He did say his inspiration was Jean-Claude Van Damme, and that actually checks out if you watched his movies though. His story correlates with the characters that Jean-Claude Van Damme played. I can't remember what Bloodsport, I think. Very similar to that. Homeboy is acting like he was a participant in Kumites. But he made a lot of men cum a lot. 50 mil to 13K, that's some serious discount. Must be the tiny hat. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty much how I got from watching his response though. Since I can't make myself look good, I'll make her look bad. That is absolutely a dirtbag thing to do.
He sounds like one of my buddies. He's like, oh, dude, my fucking inspiration is Bruce Lee. And I'm like, hopefully not his personal life, having a fucking mistress. Died at his mistress's house. Yes, his professional life and, his skills as a martial artist, absolutely. 1,000%. But his personal life should not be idolized. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's... The saying goes, though, is just you don't want to meet your heroes. You know? Yeah, you never want to meet your heroes. And it's just yeah, I guess there are people that I kind of look up to. But it's at the same time, it's do I really want to meet them in real life though? But it's just understanding what they're trying to preach on and trying to practice that though, and then it's just to meet them and then be extremely disappointed though that they don't actually practice their own beliefs and type shit. It's just disheartening in a way. I bet he never goes outside very far from the home without a few paid mates. Okay, so now he was a gang member, but in multiple gangs that were rivals of each other. Next week, he's going to be a
Like
former
I 1,000%. I watch WWE, and I would 1,000% want to meet some of those people. But there's other ones that I'm like, they probably got some sketchy shit in the background. Like the Usos have DUIs. They're badass, but they've got DUIs. So obviously, like issues, and like the whole entire company as a whole are still recovering from the Vince McMahon issue. Brock Lesnar was getting paid the whole entire time he was gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was, or he pretty much has it. It's one of those things like he knows how to negotiate contracts.
Ooh, can I have a soda? Stubber? Rude.
Yes, first.
How he manages to dig his own hole deeper will never cease to amaze me. It's funny how subtly he plays the Israeli card at the end there. It's also funny and dangerous for him to drop names like MS-13 and other bands casually in a conversation and to say he hanged out with them. Yeah, that is extremely dangerous. That's a very, very risky game that you're playing. I mean, just ask freaking Peg Watson. Why is he not in California, or why is he not in California and fucking around in Miami?
Okay, Mom didn't want anything because none of it was had cherry in it.
Mom and her cherry. Okay, I'll take a Pepsi. No, wait, no, I'll take a Coke. Coke is better. Thank you.
But it's likely that he pissed off a lot of people in California, and he is barred from going to California because it's probably on site.
Yeah, because now they're gonna start looking into it, and they're gonna fucking fuck him up.
I'm not sure how far.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they
because
do have
false
reach
claiming
everywhere.
shit like that, like you get beat up. Like we had a kid in high school. He claimed he ran with the Bloods, and he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, that's why I don't really fuck around with that gang life shit. I'm like, oh, they don't. Yeah, if anything though, like at least back then though, they didn't really appreciate the nerds and stuff like that. And I tend to like to keep around with the nerds and stuff because they have all the video games and stuff, and that's all we did. He was homeless, yet he had a room in a Sherman Oaks mansion. Oh my god, this is a good one. So the lawyer was stupid and made him take the plea deal. Sounded like he went to ChatGPT and asked it to create the lamest excuse it could. I'm sorry though, but I'm pretty sure ChatGPT is not even that stupid. Oh my god, that is so bad. So he realized he's admitting he's an abuser, right?
So I was a band nerd, but I also played rugby, so I was kind of like in the middle. Like I wasn't cool enough to hang out with like the super cool kids, but I wasn't like I mostly hung out with the rejects because they were like usually chiller. But like I had connections up in the cool kid group.
Yeah, I wasn't really all that cool. I mean, I played football like my first 2
Oh my
years of high
god.
school, and that's it. Well, anyways, that was the video though, and you know, oh my god, it took us 3 hours just to react to a 37-minute video. Chat, it's not our fault though. It's just that there is
It looks
a
like you're
massive
killing
delay.
it on Kick, bud. I didn't even know you dropped a YouTube channel.
Well, I've-
You have to tell me these things. How am
I've-
I supposed to support you if I don't know things?
I've been having a YouTube channel. I thought you knew. I thought you were already subscribed. I could have sworn I told you. I just changed I just rebranded to a different name. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, me and my comments. I'm sorry, I'm hinged.
What? Yeah, you freaking commented on like some of my shorts and stuff. You. No, it's just like after coming to realization, I was like, I might as well just add YouTube into the race
Which
as
one?
well.
There's like 4. You have like 4 different channels. You have your.
Well, I just
You've got
have
like.
the main one that has the most subscribers. That's the main channel, and then the other two is just like I'm like,
So is it still your Jack's Shake one?
no, it's the same channel though, but it's just like it's rebranded as Bodhi Drift. Which, yeah, you should like. If anything, you should like, regardless, like with the name change though, you should still be a subscriber to it.
I probably am, but I don't know.
You definitely are a subscriber.
As long as I get some. As long as I get some. Dude, you making some s'mores, bro? Oh. Yeah, I better get some. I'm about to get some Rice Krispie treats.
I still have them Girl Scout cookies.
Okay, we
Someone
seriously
gasped.
need to get rid of this lag. Like, what is the issue?
I don't know. I think it's like I can hear you just fine though. I think it might just be. Well, it might. I gotta figure it out though. But it could be on your end. It could be on my end. Like, are you on Wi-Fi? Or are you on Wi-Fi? Or are you on cellular? Or are you like 5G?
Samoas. Huh? I think we have the mint chocolate, like the mint ones. Let me see. Oh, I can look. That's what we get. I am on the Wi-Fi's. Nothing in here. Right? Mint, chocolate chips. I know we have cocoa powder.
Making
Do-do-do-do.
550. Yeah. Well, for
All right. Well, I will go ahead and end the stream tonight though. So, thanks for
Negative
dropping
Ghost Rider.
by.
I don't got none of that stuff no more. Currently,
I'll
unless
catch
it's
you
all
guys
the
on
way
the
up
next
here,
one.
like in the back.
Peace out.
I'll need more.
Okay.
Bring them tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.